Physically, you are somewhat in a better place, yet a million miles away from the person you were. From the outside, you look like everything is under control, but inside, you are melting away. You feel like you're constantly running in water and not getting very far. You are constantly questioning everything you do. Am I enough? Is this enough? What do I want? Is this right? Your routine, habits, rituals have become so embedded it feels almost impossible to make changes. You exercise, eat well, eat regularly, drink water, have a place to call home, a family, a job, yet you feel so lost, so isolated, so overwhelmed. Weeks, months, years have passed by. You no longer feel present or as if you fit in. You feel different to everybody around you. You've fallen into the trap of thinking that because you're partially recovered that you don't need to recover anymore. Because you do eat, you have snacks, you have meals, but that's not what it's about. Recovery is about so much more than restoring weight. What you see on social media definitely isn't the true picture. It's currently 20 past 7. I am absolutely exhausted and I'm in my pyjamas and I'm going to go to bed because I'm so tired, and I just wanted to talk about how hard it is to pull yourself out of quasi recovery, and I wanted to try and document and see the change, and I hope that one day I can say that I've done it. I've decided I cannot do this anymore. I tried to film a video twice and both times I ended up stopping because I realised just how mundane and repetitive and the same my actions and behaviours are, which in a way is okay, that's fine, it's good to have good habits, routines, structure, but in the context of this, I have been living like this for so long that it is just becoming very upsetting and quite sad that this is what my life has become. I just wanted to show you the footage that I got because I wanted to show just how repetitive your life can become and how fast time will go. And yeah, unless you actually change, you will just keep living the same day on repeat as I have been for way too long. I have to think about what I'm doing. I have to make some changes with exercising, and in my head will be saying, but you don't exercise that much, and then I'm saying you're exercising too much, and then I'm saying, oh, I'm so tired, I'm so fatigued, but then the other part of me is, no, you're not, you have to keep on going, and it's just a constant battle. And I know you'll probably sit there and you're probably agreeing and nodding your head and relating, and I'm sorry that you can relate to this, and yeah, it's just really difficult, but I am just in the battle of finding the balance between fueling enough and gaining and restoring and also doing what I enjoy and being active. Is really hard to navigate because without the exercise, my brain then thinks, well, you're not exercising, you don't need to eat that much of that anymore. On the other hand, my brain is saying, no, 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 like you need to fuel your body, whatever, which is true. But then the other side of me is, no, like if you're not running or you're not exercising, then you don't need that many carbs, or, oh, you don't need to eat that much anymore. And it's just so backwards and forwards. I have honestly missed this so much, and as you would have seen that from the beginning of this video, that I'd been trying to make a video for quite some time, but in the process of doing that I've realised just how repetitive, stuck, and yeah, how stuck I actually am in routines, habits, and I think that my routine has become so habitual that it's becoming extremely hard to change. And I just wanted to show this because I think it shows just how hard it actually is to change when something becomes so stuck and you're kind of I'm not saying that I'm on my own, but in a way I'm kind of on my own. I have lost touch with so many people and friends, and I don't really have that kind of aspect to my life anymore, which is why I kind of remain stuck where I am. But then I don't want to use that as kind of a excuse, because at the end of the day you can find every little way out of doing something that you want to do, if that makes sense. So I think you just have to really take a look inwards, and I know that I've said this so many times and I've been trying to make this video, but at the same time I don't want to just post the same thing and say the same thing that I've already said, but then also want to show just how real and how hard it actually is to make changes. And I think sometimes I like to put a lot of things in place, but then it becomes too much. And I wanted to kind of make this video to say that start small. Like, I need to start small. I think I just need to say that I need to do one thing differently next week, and then 2 things, and then 3 things. And then once you get the ball rolling, things then become so much easier. But for me, it's just getting the ball rolling, which is what I'm struggling with. I've just had a shower, I've got no makeup on, and I'm just feeling a bit meh today, but I wanted to record and I've missed this. I just wish that we could all meet somewhere and just have like a friendship group and just help each other through this, because I know that so many people are in the same situation, and I think that when you reach kind of like an older adult age, it's so much harder to make friends and have connections. And getting emotional just talking about it. Like, this just shows how, yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to talk because I don't want to cry. So I hope you enjoy watching. I'm going to make myself some lunch. I'm having something really easy just because I've just, yeah, I don't know. I haven't had avocado toast for a while. I'm going to make it, and again, this is just showing how stuck, and although I do really like it, I think that sometimes repeatedly eating the same thing is just kind of, I don't know. There's nothing wrong with that, like, at least I am actually having something. But yeah, anyway, I've got some halloumi as well, so I'm gonna have some of that with it. But even just making this video and just showing what I'm doing is just really making me realise how, I don't know. I know you'll know what I mean. Squeezing lime makes so much difference. Anyway, this is like a flip-flop. I have just made some more banana bread, but then I've got some left from last week. So I'm going to have that with some of this kefir because it needs to be used. This is so nice if you haven't tried it already. I've topped it with this. I was supposed to put this on the avocado, but I completely forgot. But this is so nice. So this is my straight after dinner snack. But yeah, I've got kefir, banana bread, and then I've added some seeds and nuts on the top. I'm not really like hungry for this at all. Like, I wouldn't even usually do this, but I don't know. I do feel anxious today, but I'm just trying to ignore that, and I know that I obviously need to do this, so. I obviously need more because I wouldn't still be stuck if I was eating enough to sustain everything that I do, if that makes sense. Because I do eat regular, I do eat 3 meals plus snacks every single day, but I think that I'm active and I go to work, and I just think that that's where I'm probably only just, well, I'm basically staying stuck, so I'm eating enough to sustain what I do, but obviously I need to move forwards, and in order to do that I either need to not do as much or eat more to sustain what I do and restore. I think restore is a nicer word, but I hope that made sense. I feel like sometimes I have to say that out loud and it kind of reaffirms it to myself. So yeah. Very good. Honestly, it is such a miserable day today. It's so rainy. I've just managed to get out for a little bit of fresh air and a walk, but it did rain. I did take an umbrella though, so I was alright. I don't actually mind walking in the rain, to be honest, as long as I'm not going into work and having to sit there in wet clothes. It's actually not that bad. Like, I actually find it quite weirdly nice sometimes. It depends. If it's windy, then no, but yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I've just come to Tesco. I think this was a bit of a big mistake though, to be honest, because they are queuing to get off the car park, which is just absolutely wild. I tried to have a bit of a chill day for the rest of the day and read some of this book. The whole time I was reading, I was thinking about these Deliciously Ella almonds. I haven't had them for ages and I just could not concentrate, so I took that as a sign to just go and get them and eat them. I then had a salmon fillet with soy, ginger and chilli and veggies and rice and mixed it together. It was honestly so nice. Anyway, that is the end of this video. I do hope that you enjoyed watching, and I just wanted to say that in a world that's so focused on weight loss right now, I just wanted to say that it is completely okay to be gaining weight and you are doing this for you. Please don't fall into the trap of comparing yourself on social media, because half of it is not true. Recovery is genuinely hard work and you should be giving yourself credit for every little thing that you do. So keep on going.